was away from his family in the isolation of a training camp. Good right hook on the retreat from Usyk, such a skillful operator, and he has used skill to box his way to... And the capacity crowd here continuing to cheer. The lead feet coming together, as is often the case between southpaw and orthodox fighters. Double left, right jab, left cross success for Usyk. Briedis comes back with the WBC champ. Back comes Usyk now, onto the front foot behind the southpaw right of his own. And Briedis will play a role in this. Who will have the capacity to turn it into a dogfight? Such is the interest in this cruiserweight unification bid. And poking behind a rapid right jab that he's rifling out. Such an adept combination puncher. Good single left, what he called the beautiful nature of a Latvian winter to set up camp in Betai. Good right hand over the top from Briedis, and Usyk's tucking up, just a line, hoping that this storm will pass. But an uppercut success on the inside from Briedis. Hook around the corner. WBO cruiserweight title. Nice defensive maneuvers from him, but then a good two-shot salvo at mid-range from Briedis. Usyk being forced backwards, but now plants his feet and tries to force Briedis. With Vasyl Lomachenko throughout his training camp. Mairis Briedis, the home fighter from right here in Riga in Latvia, nodding his head in acknowledgement of the shot that he was just caught with. But Briedis producing an inspired performance against the man here. Those are these men called in young, hungry fighters to serve as their sparring partners as Usyk scores with the right hook around the corner. The heads came together there. Back system will be employed, and the count back system takes into a significant cruiserweight bout since David Haye and Enzo Maccarinelli came together, and Usyk is hurt. Got in a tangle on the rope from the WBC champion. Usyk, perhaps mindful of the fact that Briedis enjoyed it. Is their first and only current male world boxing champion. Up to be the contest everyone hoped it would be. Double left hook success, one to the head, one to the body. Back comes Usyk. But the count back system is to encourage the fighters to finish strong, as Usyk scores with a terrific straight, comes back with a left uppercut on the inside. This is absolutely terrific stuff. Usyk, such a wonderful mover with his feet and from the waist. Both men have prepared diligently, assiduously for this, the biggest fight of their lives. An exchange of jabs. It is Briedis actually stepping on the left leg, on the left foot of Usyk. Usyk had just taken a stiff right hand, and there's a mark feeling that they have the fight won. Terrific right-left in response from Usyk. Absolutely thrilling action. I hesitate to call it give and take because both men are working on their defensive. Good left jab from Briedis, but then a jolting southpaw left from Usyk, and then Briedis' follow-up has been absolutely riveting so far. Good right hand to the body. Usyk tries to respond with a southpaw left. The biggest fight of his career to date. Vladimir Klitschko's in the house. He's used a lot of punches coming from the WBC champ. Terrific second right jab once again, which drives Briedis backwards. Significant moment. Briedis onto the back foot more than we've seen him at any point. He's looking really rhythmic tonight. He scores with a left hand to the body. A right hand counter comes immediately back from Usyk. On that Sunday, the day of active rest, I suppose, because he would play basketball along with his fellow campmates. And remember, that was a conceding that this is the biggest fight of his career, as he lands with a good left hand which drives Briedis backwards. Briedis becoming a little bit disorganized. Turned into a dub plate. You can see Usyk going through his paces with that phrase repeated over and over. Down Briedis. And remember, for some judges, you've got two Americans, two Canadians and an American scoring the body with a straight right jab. Briedis still with a minute to survive. Not survive, but to make it compared to the fifth. Usyk still having success driving Briedis backwards, and he wrestles Usyk down to the canvas. Kenny Bayless immediately intimating that will not result in an official knockdown. Good right jab from Usyk once again. Briedis being driven continually backwards, trying to hold his ground, but he's not being incessant now. And then targeting the body of the WBC champion, even though he's more aggressive effectively as well. Trying to bring an uppercut into play, but Usyk was wise to it. Usyk driving Briedis backwards once again. Briedis just stands in Benidorm in Spain. A training camp where he was isolated away from his family for some 12 weeks. Not always of the verbal variety, just nodding as if to say, yeah, you got me that time. That right hook from Briedis just caused UK sparring partners, undefeated cruiserweight prospects Mikel Lawal going downstairs to the body, as he did to such terrific effect against Marco Hook. In defending that, makes for remarkable reading. 83 victories, no defeating, causing a lot of these shots to go over his shoulder. But that right uppercut. Usyk trying to bob and weave. Champion who's just taken another right jab right in that region. Good right. WBO title in Germany last year. Through the week as to how he's feeling that I am feel, which some enterprising creative is covering up, trying to repel these attacks. He comes back with a left uppercut of his own, but it's single shots in reply. In response, Briedis has been made to be uncomfortable, and Usyk is increasing the tempo. He's tagged by a long right to the temple, then a straight left drives him backwards once again. He's trying to fight back. Briedis says he's on the retreat. Left hand is a good shot from Usyk onto the front foot once again. Briedis is breathing through a slightly open mouth now. Usyk working behind a left jab, getting onto a right jab, getting onto the front foot to get that nose tended to. He's coming back behind straight punches now. On the inside. Good left jab on the resumption from Briedis. Murat Gassiev prepares to take on the KO doctor, Unier Dortikos, tip his man. Responsibility that comes with being such a standard bearer for Latvian boxing. The opponent that they still have plenty of energy, plenty of fighting spirit to contest this unification showdown. Absolutely terrific action between two highly skilled operators here. Some aficionados regard Marvin Kamel as an undisputed champion because when fights, the thought process is still sharp. Look at the exchange of backhands in that coming together. As we go into the final minute. Good right hand from Briedis. And another shot. Enjoying success. Both boxers finding a home for their punches. The nose of Briedis beginning to leak once again after it was damaged. Somebody is likely to come away with all 4 championship belts. Good luck. A role that he took part in with terrific pride during that occupation. Well, if this contest continues in this manner, as Usyk continuing to extract the very best of one another. Good right jab. Briedis working behind his straight left. Good 2-shot salvo from him. Same